I will start tomorrow. When I feel I will do it. Oh, mom, I don't feel like today. Just I will do it tomorrow. Just 5 minutes. Just let me sleep for 5 minutes. When things calm down, I will start my business. When I figure out what I actually want, I will do that. When I'm in the right headspace, when I have more resources, when I have more time, when I'm better. I'm not ready yet. When I will ready, I will do that thing. I don't have money. I will do that next time. Oh, bro, come on. Let's go again next time. I want you to ask something. And I need you to be honest, not with me, but with yourself. How many times have you said some version of that sentence? I will start when I'm ready. Not once, not twice. How many years has the sentence been living in your mouth? Because here is what I know about that sentence. It is the most comfortable lie ever invented. It sounds like wisdom, it sounds like patience, it sounds like self-awareness. But underneath the calm, reasonable surface of those words, something is being quietly, expertly being destroyed. And you build the machine that's destroying it. You know what all of those objects have in common. There are the physical remains of a version of you that almost existed. Think about it. A version that was very close to something you wanted to achieve, that had the idea, that felt the fire, that emotion, that curiosity. It's like, I can do anything, I will achieve that. Remember that. That maybe even told someone about it. And then heard a voice, your voice say, not yet, I'm not ready yet. And that wasn't wrong. Exactly. It never is. That's what makes it so dangerous. There is always a reason. The timing is off. The environment wasn't right, bro. You're not prepared enough. You're not healed enough. You're not sure enough. Come on, baby. Not again. Sorry, this was out of the line. And so the sketchbook stays on the shelf, and the course goes on read, and other year passes. That gloves, football, that cake, that skill, that paintbrush, the everything you were attached to, that goes under the shelf, and another year passes, and somewhere beneath the scrolling, beneath the Netflix, beneath the noise, beneath the carefully maintained performance of being fine, you feel it, that specific, particular, nauseating act. Not regret for something you did, regret for something you didn't. This is called unexpressed potential pain. And this is the most common source of dissatisfaction among the people who are under 40. Not failure, not trying. And here is what actually happening when you tell yourself you are not ready. Your brain is doing its job perfectly. And you know that your brain's frontal cortex, amygdala, cannot tell the difference between a lion in the grass and a blank page. Those both feel like danger, both produce the same cocktail cortisol and adrenaline, the urgent biological message of do not proceed. That's dangerous. And here is the evolutionary logic that makes complete sense, and it's completely destroying your life. And you know the humans who survived this, they were not the reckless one like I will go and smash its heads right away. They were the one who waited for the right opportunity, who said to prepared, who said not yet. Caution kept the species alive, preparing, planning, everything, right moment, right time. But caution, unexamined, unchallenged, applied to the wrong things, and that became a cage. And the brilliant, terrible thing your brain does is does the cage up as a wisdom. Not I'm terrified, but I'm just being realistic. Not I don't think I'm capable. But the timing isn't right. No, but not I'm afraid of what happens if I try and fail. But I'm waiting until I'm truly ready. There was a research when people found out why creative people like writers, artists, entrepreneurs, builders consistently self-sabotage at the exact moment they're closest to their work. He called the force behind it the resistance. And he said something that should be tattooed on every human being's forearm, like they're on their forehead. The more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistant we will feel pursuing it. Read that again. The more something matters to you, the more the lie will become. Means you know that this is very important to me, that it matters a lot to me. But you will find the more reasons to avoid it, the more the lie will come. And here is the part that makes this the most dangerous lie specifically. Not the most painful, not the most common, the most dangerous one. And the reason it's most dangerous is something that took me a long time to understand. The lie doesn't feel like a lie. It feels like love. Oh my god, baby, I love you. This is a story of a girl. Think about it. Her name was Arya. She was 26 years, sharp-minded. She was truly in love with painting. She has devastating eye for colors. The kind of person who would walk into a room and immediately see what was wrong with the light. She wanted to be a painter, and when she was 9 years old, when from 9 years she loved painting, and she has eye for that. She could observe every Every tiny mistakes in your painting, every light, every proportion, every composition, every contrast in the painting. At 22, she graduated with a degree in graphic design. Practical, she told about herself, responsible, a real job first, painting later. And that was because of society, her parents, that you need to have a job first. And these are the things. This will be later, later, later. And that didn't come. At 23, she got a job, good salary, stable job. She bought the canvases. They stood against the wall. At 24, she told herself she needed to take a course first, learn proper technique because she forgotten herself how to do drawing. She didn't want to paint badly. She wanted to do it right. She enrolled in a course. She watched 3 videos. She stopped. I'm not ready yet. At 25, she moved to a new city, new apartment, new chapter, and now she would paint. The canvas moved with her. They stood against the wall again. At 26, she sat in a cafe and watched a street artist paint a mural on a crumbling wall. Rough strokes, imperfect line, no technique, not really. But it was alive. The painting felt alive. And she felt something so sharp in her chest, it was almost physical. Not envy, but recognition. She recognized the aliveness he had in his painting on that wall, that crooked wall. The thing she would paint carefully, diligently, protecting herself from ever actually reaching for. She went home that night. She opened the first canvas, she picked up a brush, she painted the worst painting she had ever seen in her life. It was like shit. It was muddy, the proportions were completely wrong, the color composition, shading, everything was truly devastating. And she was crying before she even finished it. Not because it was bad, because it was hers. And after many years, she had finally painted anything, means a single stroke. And she realized, sitting in front of that terrible, beautiful, true painting, that she hadn't been waiting to be ready. She had been waiting to be safe. And safety, she finally understood, was the one thing that would never ever come before the leap. And Attack on Titan plus a character art that is one of the most psychologically brutal things ever animated. Eren Yeager. In the beginning, Eren is fire, pure, reckless, beautiful fire. I will kill every last Titan. I don't need to be ready. I need to be free. But by the final arc, Eren has become something else entirely. He was told himself a story, the most sophisticated, internally consistent, seemingly noble story to justify paralyzing as action, destiny distinct as choice, the resignation dressed as evolution. He convinced himself again and again that what he was doing was inevitable, necessary, beyond questioning. The lie had become so large, so total, so internally logical, that he could no longer say it was a lie. That is what happens when you stop questioning the voice in your head. Now look at Asgard, one of the most complex characters in all of anime. A man who told himself for decades that he was just surviving, just being strategic, just waiting for the right moment. And Thorfinn, watching him, eventually realizes the devastating truth. Asgard had been so good at waiting for the right moment that the right moment had become his reason not to move. The waiting itself was the escape. And there is Rock Lee. Think about it. You have to compare this character later. Rock Lee, no talent for ninjutsu. You know that if you have watched Naruto. No specific bloodlines, no special power, nothing. He was told by everything that's give up already. You're nothing but a loser. You are a piece of shit. I mean anything. What people can think he was being told. He listened but ignored, including the system into supporting. But he was simply not for this type of, not meant to be a ninja. Rock Lee's answer was not to wait until he was ready. He didn't argue. He answered this thing with his action. Rock Lee's answer was to bleed on the training ground until ready became irrelevant. He did not defeat the lie with a better argument. He defeated it with action, so repetitive, so consistent, so committed. And the lesson is you will never argue yourself out of the lie. The lie is too smart. It knows all about yourself, all counter argument. It has an answer for everything. The only move that works is to act, means to take action before the argument is finished in your mind. And here's the question nobody asks. If you keep waiting to be ready for the right time, means like perfect moment, what exactly are you waiting to become? Because I have studied this for years. I have spoken to hundreds of people at the beginning of their lives and hundreds of at the beginning. And the answer I finally got, almost without exception, is the same. They were waiting to become someone who wasn't afraid of anything. The means Mr. Perfect, means like God himself. And I need to tell you something about that. That person doesn't exist. Means think about it. The Buddha once told a story. A traveler reaches a wide, dangerous river. The far plank is safety. The near plank is danger. He finds floating logs and builds himself a raft with great effort, with fear, with uncertainty. He paddles across. He reaches the far shore. He is safe and then becomes the raft. Saved his life. decided to carry it on his head everywhere he goes. The Buddha asked his student, "Is this wise? Is this what the raft was for?" The student said no. The Buddha nodded. And he said, in the same way, the beliefs that protect you in one season of your life, can become the very weight that runs in the next. Think about it. And you have survived the disaster because of one thing, but you feel like that wasn't because of me, that was because of himself, an object or anything. And you take that thing so seriously that that very weight that drowns you in the next moment, that next disaster. The belief that you need is to be ready once it protected you when you were small and the world was large and reckless action could genuinely harm you. Weight was wisdom. But you carried the rot out of childhood, out of adolescence, means when you became adult, out of your first failure, out of the last time someone made you feel small. And now you're standing at the threshold of your life and you actually want to live with a raft on your head, wondering why the crossing feels so heavy. The Buddhist teaching is not abandon all caution. It is examine what you're carrying. Just first ask the thing, means the thing whether it is protecting you or it is imprisoning you. Because protection and imprisonment can look identical from the outside. The difference is only whether you choose it or whether it chooses you. Think about it. When you take anything like you scroll reels or watch Netflix or any kind of platform for pleasure, you say the reason is for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. But that thing controls you. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, endless. It's 2 a.m. at night, but you don't feel like I'll scroll that thing. Just think about it. You are not controlling your device, that device is controlling you. Ready is not a state you arrive at. Ready is a story you tell yourself after you've already begun. Think about every version of you ready you have ever felt. Ready to have the conversation, ready to leave the job, ready to confess to your crush, ready to start the project, ready to take the risk, ready to see how you actually feel, ready to how to talk to people, ready to how to talk to your favorite girl, crush, everything. Did you ever feel ready before you did the thing? It's like you always avoid that thing. Oh man, oh god, yeah. Oh man, I'm not ready, yeah. She's so beautiful. Like, oh my god, I can't take that job. I can't take that risk. I don't have enough savings. I don't have enough money to start about. Just think about it. When a student studies 10 hours daily, he doesn't say that I'm getting too ready, I will start this and that. He just take the action. He just sit there and start for 5 minutes. And that's where the thing begins. And because you have been waiting for the feeling to come first, waiting for the internal green light that the brain only ever turns on after the car is already moving. Think about it. You have been standing at the green light waiting for it to turn green. Think about it. There was a research on people who was average and but the factor that predicted whether someone crossed the gap was not motivation, means from average to achieving that thing was not motivation, not confidence, not even preparation. The single created prediction of whether someone acted on their intention was whether they had made small action that it would be undeniable. Think about it. Not I will write the novel, but I will write one sentence. Not I will study for 8 hours. I will study for 5 minutes. Not like I will lose 10 kgs weight in a month, but I'll put on my shoes. I'll build the business. No, I'll write small email. I'll send one email. This is the thing. Start with small actions. And you know that the big need doesn't cost nearly as much as we believe. The first action, the 2-minute rule. You know already about the 2-minute rule. If you have been waiting, if you have been carrying the raft, sitting in the shadow, stacking the plank canvases, what do you do now? Not tomorrow. No, because it's no or never. Here's the solution. The first thing is name the lie precisely. The lie lies in vagueness. It says not ready because it knows you cannot argue with something that's shapeless. Pull out a piece of paper and finish this sentence. I am waiting until dash before I dash. Write it down, make it concrete. Now ask, if that condition were met tomorrow, would I actually begin? Usually the answer is no, because the condition is not the real answer. The fear is the real answer. And fear, named clearly, only loses half its power in the naming. Second is, make the first step very small, embarrassingly small. Like you're embarrassed to see that goal in. Not the dream, not the vision, not the finished version. The small action that you can finish in within 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Rock Lee didn't master a jutsu. He did one more repetition every day. Third is identity. The lie stays alive because you have few two things that should be separate. Who you are and how the work turns out. If you paint and it's bad, the lie says you're bad. If you start and struggle, the lie says you're a failure. If you try and it's imperfect, the lie says you were right to it. The antidote is to separate them surgically. You're not your output. You are the one doing the work. The painter is not the painting. The warrior is not the battle. The student is not the grade. You can produce something terrible and still be someone who showed up every day, at every failure, but kept trying. So, if you are feeling ashamed, every person you admire, every creator, every builder, artist, every person, your leader, began before they were ready. Not one exception. Think about it. The Apple, like every Disney, anything. Think about it. How small they started. You will feel ashamed about them, their startup. Look at Picasso's student paintings. See the gap between who they were and now who have they become now. And understand the gap was not crossed by bidding. The gap was crossed by repeating it daily, every day, for a long time. The version where you choose imperfectly, uncertainly, with your hands shaking and the outcome unknown, that version is available to you right now. It has always been available. Not a perfect version, not a healed version, not a version where the fear is gone. Just a version where you stop letting the fear vote. You're not lazy. Lazy people don't feel the ache of unexpressed potential. Lazy people don't carry the weight of half-started dreams. You feel all those things, which means you're not the someone who doesn't care. You're someone who cares so much. Every teaching, every story, every scientist and sage and exhausted human being who ever sat on the floor of their apartment and thought, why haven't started it yet? All of it arrived at the same truth. You were never unready. You were just afraid. You fear of failure and being afraid while beginning away. Anyway, this is not the opposite of readiness. This is actually what readiness is. Means you fear that thing, but anyway, you start that. Now, like this video and share with it. And I'm gonna end with this my line. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I like start. Think this line. Read this line again. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Like and subscribe my video.